Solo la voz te delatas y yo no te voy a enseñar. Eres amateur, se te olvida que yo inventé el juego. Me das risa con tu postureo, pero muero por verte intentar. Baby, bórrame esa story, esto es super boring. Sorry, eres super, super boring. Soy superhero, nada que hacer contigo. Soy superhero, soy superhero.
Hey, folks, hope you're having a good day out there. This is Jason here with Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live at a charge. Winston Throwback Series action for the drivers. I am trying to load up some stuff here. Everybody squared away. 11 drivers for the championship race. I'm going to let them have at it. They're going to be going. I'm going to keep it on exciting so that you guys can see what's going on and how things are progressing and so on and so forth, because, you know, we want to make sure that the race is still getting called, and forgive the display. Lots of things kind of changing up here for me. We'll go live for you, make sure that everything's live for the starting grid. Looks like Jesse Bonnell is going to be your pole sitter here today. Let's look at having issues with the overlays like it was last night, so you know, it happens. There it is, starting grid. Bonnell, Stryker, Cronover, Grijalva, Kevin Savoy, Joshua Brock. It's going to have Will Kern. Rachel is going to be there. Will 4, Alan Reed, Jeff Pless, Jeff Ramsdale, Coulter Jr. We'll do the 12 drivers racing today. So 12 drivers going split seconds. Going to have it. Again, I guess the top 5 are dropping to the back. There's no reason for that when it comes to the racing. I mean, if it's a straight up points race right now, I would allow the drivers to continue to race. It's kind of not really an advantage to put the top 5 at the back right now. Kevin Savoy with a massive lead. Jesse really needed a ton of people to show up for today's race to have a shot at having just the opportunity to race here. Cronover is going to be there. Grain flag waves. Championship at Homestead. Gen 6 cars. Twenty into the wall back here. Jeff Pless backwards. No caution. Caution is going to come out now. Here's a look. Second lap in here, and unfortunate for Jeff Pless. Here's a look at what happened. And on the outside, looks like he might have just gotten tight. Or got free. Sorry. Car snapped on him. Since the car snapped on him, went around. Jeff Pless, no fast repairs for the drivers, so that's it's going to be a while sitting in there. 133 laps, so 130 laps to go here. Thank everybody tuning in. I wish I was a little bit more thrilled, a little bit more excited right now. I really wanted to see a big race today for these drivers, and the turnout for the league it started to dwindle down toward the end of the season, and I know a lot of it has to deal with points, but you try to stick with it. You try to put yourself in the advantage of having those big races. Find yourself in that special moment. Especially get out there and race and actually enjoy the craft of racing. Right now, yeah, buddy, coming to pit road. Maybe topping up on fuel. Season 2, it's been a long season. Coming down to today's race, and Kevin Savoy is going to be that driver that is going to kind of have. I think he's going to have this one in the bag. I don't think there's anything mathematically that Jesse Bunnell could do. So this is just a race to see who the winner is going to be. Which is there's nothing wrong with that. Jeff Pless smoking in the back there. And he's hurt. Round numbers, your race leader. Striker's going to be at second. Will Kern in third. Grijalva in fourth. We'll leave it as such. Joshua Brockwitz from right side already. As well. Curious. My question is where did he get it from? Did he get it at a turn 2? Oh, he did. He got up into the wall. Lap 1. The car got tight. He's driving the Matco Tools car. Oh, man. This gets free. These cars can be free occasionally, but not necessarily a car that bodes that very well. We watched the truck race last night for the Chop Shop Racing Championship. It's such a great drive off last night, and these cars similarly driven, just a little bit more horsepower when it comes to the ability to drive. I know that the Winston Throwback Series is moving on to a different night, and they're going to be running the ARCA 4 car, which is the higher horsepower ARCA Menards car that iRacing has recently, quote unquote, accidentally dropped and released, which is kind of something that I would love to call out on them. However, they're going to be Winston's going to be running that. They're going to be moving on to a different day. And then the league entirely that you're seeing right now, the Wednesday night league is going to be moving on to become a Gen 6 league or something else. So we're going to see what's going to happen with them. And that's pretty much the way it goes. You want to take a look at the points real quick. I've been trying to get the points to load up, but the Discord's been moved around, so which is what they told me they were going to do. Oh, what's the throwback season? It's going to have season 3. There's season something. What's in season 2? Points. Let's take a look here. Kevin Savoy, 81-point lead. Jesse Bunnell would have to win the race, I believe, and look at how the point standings go. One more time. Race points for first place is 185 points. The bonus points are at... Everybody gets the bonus points. Most laps led 5 points. There were 12 drivers in the last race. And that was from the winner to Joshua Brock, who finished 12th. Separated by 58 points. So, Kevin Savoy regardless of his finish here today, it's going to be your Winston Throwback Series champion. He's not done so without getting a bunch of wins. If he doesn't like this car, he's going to move on to a different racetrack, or he's going to run onto the ARCA 4 car, I believe. He's a bigger fan of that car, and it's kind of the way he sees things. That's what he was just talking about in the Discord here. I said, and I told the drivers that people have their preference on the cars. Some people, I think that the Gen 6 car is a little bit more leveling when it comes to the races that you get. Some people find them easier to drive. Some people find them harder to drive. It just depends on who you are. This used to be the car of the A-Class. A lot harder to drive than, and in some of the race lines, it was a lot harder to drive than these cars were, than the current Cup cars are. The current Cup cars are just snappy. You know that they're snappy. You know that the corner is going to be set up to be snappy. These Gen 6 cars, they are free on tracks where they need to be free, and they only snap when the horsepower doesn't match. Now Reed coming up through the field. There's big moves down there on the bottom side. Like Will Kern was there to the bottom. Joshua Brock off the pace, 6.8 seconds. Into the wall. 35 spin into the wall. That's spicy right there. Ramsdale playing catch up to the 99. Kevin Savoy to drop into the corner. He's going to be there with Al Reed to the bottom side. Al Reed, no stranger to championship winning in this car. Has always been fast, similar to the other drivers. Kevin Savoy is going to be in 6th. Coulter Jr. is going to be up in the mix in at number 3, driving the Austin Dillon paint scheme. Verhoeven was in at 16. Everybody getting into the wall. 5 to the inside of the 29. Bunnell. And second place to a lot of drivers, but got himself out there and ran a ton of them. Ran a ton of those races. Did a great job of finding his season, finding his series. He's free. Going off the bottom of that race line. Anthony Crown over out front. Folks, I'm going to let him have at it. I've always appreciated everybody for doing what you do. Zach, thank you for the like. Folks, I appreciate everything that you do. The Winston Throwback Series has been a great series. And I did tell the league owner that I was going to let this race play out. 12 drivers, and now we've got Jeff Pletz on pit road. He's getting his car fixed. With as few drivers that ended today's race, I was going to let them have the race and just let the race be played out as it is. It should bounce around pretty frequently. We'll keep an eye on it for you. But if anything, the race line is going to be doing exactly what it needs to. 15 of 133. Thank you very much, everybody, for being out there. I appreciate you, James. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Again, split second. Thank you, Zach. Thank you as well. Much love, folks. I will see you at the end of the race. Congratulations once again to the 99 on taking over the championship here. Jesse Bunnell, very close second, or tried to push it to that second spot. Just short. Needed a couple of more races, and that's just kind of the way it happens. So be good. I'll see you at the end of the race. Over had an issue on 25. Kevin Savoy's marching toward the front here. Right over to the inside, Striker up high. Jesse Vanel being fourth here. Different kind of race line, just a different kind of race. Different kind of car. Guess we're having encoder problems. Wonderful. Yeah, I love it. Love it. Sorry about the glitch there, folks. I don't know why it happened.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Tim Savoy still hasn't pitted yet. Stryker came around. He completed his pit cycle. Bunnell, Anthony Crownover in on pit road. So Savoy, which we've watched time and time again, get in and out of pit road very fast. We'll see if he's going to be able to do the same thing he did before. Bunnell came in, did not change tires. I don't think he needs to. Only 37 laps on the tires. You can run a little bit longer out of them. Right over. They get a full pit stop. We'll see what Bunnell does. Ramsdale right here to the bottom side. 5 to the high side now as the 5 comes off pit road. A bad decision to try to take right sides. We'll see what Kevin Savoy does here. Pit road speed limit 50 miles an hour. And Kevin's right on it right now. Board with Jeff Ramsdale as the drivers look to be competitive. Stryker came in on 32. Al Reed came in on 31. Been able to leapfrog themselves a little bit here. Kevin Savoy just now leaving pit road. 43.95 second pit stop. Bunnell was a little bit faster there. And Bunnell is going to go another. He came in on 39. That'll put him on 78 coming off. Next time you would think about pit road if he's going to run the same pit cycle. But then he did have a caution here. So he's got to run a little bit lighter. 60% fuel. Here's a look at the race info, folks. We didn't go over that earlier. I didn't really have it ready to go. I'm going to be honest with you because I wanted to check what pit road speed limit was. That's why I played this commercial. 6 sets of tires, 133 laps, 60% fuel. That's pretty common for these drivers. Pit road speed limit is going to be at 50 miles an hour. Track temperature is 114 degrees, which is actually cooler than what it was yesterday. We're the way through it. Stryker with a 7-second lead. I think that's telling what being out there for a few extra laps can do. The lap times will level off. We'll start seeing drivers play catch up to them, but they're going to have to do it over the course of. Stryker comes in on 32. If he stretches it the same laps, it's 62 to 70. Excuse me, 62 to 70 or somewhere around there. That's what you're going to see. The driver's going to go a little bit longer. Crownover could come in on 74. He runs the same cycle. That's going to put it about halfway. At least 3 pit stops is what you're seeing. The Stryker, if he can run 35 out of the 35 laps out of this cycle. Gonna put them close to that. I don't know. The math is just not making sense right now. 3 extra stops. I think three pit stops is a good viable option. We'll see what happens though. This track split up into basically a quarter section. Bunnell having an issue. Caution comes out. And that almost looks like such. 35 to the bottom side. I think the 5 just got free. He did. Car locks up around. And able to save the car. Wow. That might be just the right side only choice there. Not quite sure. Just trying to stabilize the car. Second caution of the race, 46, 133. They're going to button everybody back up. 6 sets of tires. If I'm Striker, come and get a new set. That's what I'm doing. Sorry, that one. They got more than enough tires to play with the set here. Not enough cars to really make an impact when it comes to, I mean, it's all going to spread out pretty evenly. You just watch what happened over the last 30 or so laps. First caution happened on lap 3. This caution happens on lap 44. It was pretty spread out there, so I would say that you're going to have an opportunity here to come pit road. Yep. Fresh set, call it good. Bubba Jr. out of the race. Grahal was out of the race. Kern's out of the race. Jeff Pless is 29 laps down. He's going to get a lucky dog here. Bunnell coming to pit road. Everybody will come back to pit road. They'll button it all back down. Kevin Savoy taking fuel only. Holland taking right sides. Kevin Savoy's going to be your race leader. But now on pit road. Going to take and get some of that damage fixed. You see here the clutch in for Kevin Savoy. Going to save a little extra while he is under pits. Maybe trying to extend it, maybe make it one more, just a one pit stop situation here. Not impossible. I just come back to pit road one more time, get another splash in it. Really fill that sucker up. The drivers left in the race. It is unfortunate that more drivers didn't show up for today's race. I think that's probably the most disappointing thing about what this league has put up for them, and the amount of money they've spent to have this long season, to do all the paints, and kudos to these drivers that showed up to have a final race for this season of 2023. A big kudos to him. Savoy's lap time prior to caution, 33.609. I was just looking at that. based off the numbers, if it runs green, Savoy might be putting himself at a disadvantage. That's why he's trying to save fuel. Going to make this a one pit stop race, but I think no matter how you look at it, all of the drivers could split this. And it's going to have to be two. I don't see that anything around. It'll be 80 laps to go, or 83 laps to go at the line. 84 laps to go, so they're going to complete lap 49. They're going to begin lap 50, so it'll be 84 laps to go, which includes the lap 50 to be run. Kevin Savoy would have to save 42 laps of fuel, and nobody's ran outside of 37 laps, but they had a caution in between all that as well. So I would say that you're still 2 pit stops away. Maybe a full fuel run, then splitting whatever's left in half. We'll see what happens. Green flag. Spicy's free. Right side only is not a great call on this track. I know they just came and took tires. Pretty much within 12 laps of the caution. Most of the drivers within 12 laps of the caution. Kevin Savoy is going to be swallowed up here. Striker to the bottom. Bunnell fighting a little harder here as well. Kevin Savoy to drop down to take the air off of the 29. It was kind of a mistake because he just gave up the preferred line at Homestead. And very much the preferred line. Boy's going to drop back to fourth. Holland to the high side. Ramsdale ran his fastest lap of the race, 33.05. So did Joshua Brock, 33.99. Kevin Savoy has the fastest lap of the race, 32.92. 3 wide behind. Kevin Savoy free in front of a bunch of cars. Almost took out Al Reed and Jesse Bunnell there at the same time. Had a little wiggle out of the car. Bunnell, Kevin Savoy side by side. They'll go back. 35 rolls the high side again. Trying over Striker. These two drivers battling for the lead right there. Running a little heavier there than they need to. Spicy's going to get into the wall there. Has to drop back. Al Reed was trying to get himself around Kevin Savoy. Kevin Savoy was a little free in that second lane. Pushed himself all the way around the racetrack. You wanted a challenging car to drive. This is a challenging car to drive. That's something that I find to be... I don't know. Well, taps galore. Ramsdale on the brakes there to stay out of the back bumper to the 99. But Ramsdale doing a great job of trying to keep himself moving forward. Joshua Brock, first driver off the lead lap. Anthony Crownover got himself around Strickland here. Starting to pull away. 35 behind Al Reed. Two of my favorite people on the iRacing circuit. There's Al Reed, one of my favorite drivers in iRacing. Those who've seen and heard me talk about him probably a class act. Has the attitude, and has the he reminds me of Martin Truex Jr. back I would say at least 5 years ago. But he's Irish and he's funny. We watched lots of drivers here win individual championships. A lot of fans for Jesse Bennell out there. The two tries to break up the draft. Crownover, we've watched win countless races. Across my iRacing career, we've seen Anthony do a heck of a job. Stryker runs one of the more phenomenal series out there, the Chop Shop Racing Series. He and John Hammond doing a phenomenal job over there. Number 9 going back to the high side. Preferred line is the higher lane, especially in the Gen 6 car. 2 slides up in front of him. Riker to the bottom. So he got himself back around Ramsdale there, but he's got to watch himself every time he slides in the corner. You want to see that. You want to see that bumper get to the back bumper him. Jesse Bennell in third. A good rebound for him. Now a little wall tap. Dang it. Riding on the edge. Little Larson line action. Especially for the number 5. Michael Evans, Brad, both of you, thank you very much for the like. I appreciate you. Winston Throwback Series trying to finish out their season. Chop Shop finished last night. Here's a look at what these drivers are doing. Kevin Savoy drops back to 5th here as Ramsdale puts himself in a good situation. Kevin has good long run speed, so we'll see him back up there, no doubt. The math doesn't make sense to save. Usually the shortest way around a racetrack is the bottom side of the race line. But going to be back in the throttle and Homestead a lot faster on the higher line. And you can defend the downhill slope very easily. But Homestead has been known to be a high line running track, even into the second lane. Now Stryker takes over to the lead. He's still out front. Ramsdale side by side with the 5. Ramsdale needs to slide up in front. He does. See Ramsdale run the bottom 3 wide here as Kevin Savoy tries to put it side by side. Kevin Savoy drove it to the bottom there. Bunnell nowhere to go, trying to figure out where these drivers are going to be on his corner exit. 5 way up the race line, has the better drive line off. Again, trying to defend here. Ramsdale still trying to go to the outside. Kevin Savoy still trying to push the boundaries here on where he's going to be. 5 way up, 3 wide. Kevin Savoy to slide in front of the 7 again. Some drivers just may not have that kind of patience. And I tell you what, Ramsdale's had a ton of patience with the 99. Kevin Savoy trying to clear. Crownover gets himself around the 29. They're back at it again. You see the momentum the 5 gets from the high side. Able to clear by 0.3 of a second. Back up here, check on the 2 drivers bidding. 29 a little free right there. Crownover will slide in front of him. 69 of 133 being completed. I'll read to pit road. Kevin Savoy clear here as the 5 taps the wall, slows his progression. 5 bumps to 99. Just into 99 into the corner, a little higher than he wants to be. Jesse much better on the higher side. Kevin Savoy blinked right there. Kevin Savoy on older tires than all the drivers out there. Right now running faster laps than the field. Anthony Crownover by 0.2 of a second. Stryker's last lap, he ran by a 15/100th of a second. Bunnell outpaced Bunnell by a 1/4 second. Outpaced Ramsdale by a little bit as well. I'm going to take a look at. Bunnell to pit road. Crown over Striker out there. Drivers last came to pit road on lap 46. We'll see what happens here as Bonnell comes in. Now Reed's already come in for his first set of the pit stops. I mean, splitting it in thirds, not a bad idea. Striker gets around. $29.2 would make a great race, no matter how you look at it. Four drivers on the lead lap as we start to see the green flag pit cycle work through. Kevin Savoy a little free. We're watching that. There's Anthony Crown over in second, falling a second off the pace now as Striker starts to pull ahead. Mr. Holland, 17 and a half back, or 17 and a quarter back right now. He's going to be in fourth. Reed's first driver ahead of that field back there. Sort of put himself out front. Let's see what Al Reed can do. He is closing in 35 and a half seconds, so he's right there. You see him coming into the screen right there, front row 78s. They drop to the bottom of the two here. Will be playing catch up here to the driver in front of him. 22 lap fresher tires over the rest of the field. A little right side damage for him. Anthony Crownover driving a Ford. Lots of Fords in the field here. Circle will be side by side with the 78. 78 getting a lap back now. Ramsdale in tow as well. He's going to be trying to go to the inside. Chance for these drivers to make an impact here. 29.7. There they are, side by side. I'm going to turn the volume up on that camera. Whatever that camera is, because that should have been much louder. Such a great shot, too, and there's no audio. Ramsdale around Reed. Yeah, that one. It's really quiet. $50 to go, folks. Green flag pit stops coming in. Homestead is one of my favorite tracks when it comes to the championship race. I had a tentative look at their schedule for next season. I believe they're going to run one of the, I don't know if the Arcas or one of them's running the 96 schedule. Let me pull up the Discord again. I do know that the Winston Throwback Series is going to be moving over to Extreme Sim TV Broadcasting. I believe we have had a relationship with them before in the past. We called a race with them at one point. So that's where the Winston Throwback Series is going to move over to, folks. And make sure you give them a follow, give them a like, give them a share. That's what they're going to be doing. I don't know what day they're going to be moving to yet, but we'll see what happens there. So Extreme Sim TV is where you're going to be finding the Winston Throwback Series. We're going to end that relationship here at Signature Esports, and it's been a great time. It's been a great opportunity. It's been a great 2 seasons, almost 2 years of racing. Took over whenever they had a broadcaster basically dropped them in the middle of the season. They weren't delivering on what they needed to, and helped pick them up. They came to me, and we've had a relationship since. But Winston Throwback Series, moving on. And I think it's because they're switching days. I know that Coulter's going to be running the Winston Throwback Series, from what I understand. That's going to be the ARCA Gen 4, the ARCA Gen 4. And they're going to have a NASCAR Throwback Series, and we'll let you know where that's going to be. I think that's going to be on Wednesdays, but I'll let you know where that's going to be. We'll put a post out there on Facebook. But I don't know what day the Gen 4 Series is going to be. I'm not quite sure what they're going to be calling their series, because it seems like there's 2 different directions here. They have a throwback. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Jeff Savoy in 4th. Ramsdale's going to be in the lead here. Jeff having a great day. 20 of Jeff Pless coming off pit road. Bunnell going to be out of the race. And that's unfortunate. He couldn't try to drive for a championship here. Great season for him. Second in points. Had a heck of a run there at the end, and the point structure was a little bit different. Just the way that he has ran his races, the amount of top 5s and the amount of wins that he has gotten. And just kind of the way things have worked. I don't know. Ramsdale, your race leader by 3 seconds over Crownover here. Crownover came out on 81. Savoy came out on 82. Stryker came out on 84. Just this 2-lap difference puts Stryker back to 4th here. But Strickland has the better, I don't know, Strickland just has a great race line. But we'll see what happens. 42 laps to go. They will have to come to pit road at least one more time. No way they can make it on fuel. Al Reed came in on 68. He's in 5th right now. Jeff Ramsdale doing a great job. Right over to the lead. Ramsdale behind the 9 of Brock. Stryker playing catch up here. Again, Stryker on the long haul, very fast. Kevin Savoy doing the same thing. Stryker did get around Kevin Savoy. The fall 2 seconds to Anthony Crownover. Strickland last time by was faster. There is Ramsdale again. Ready to go. Strickland playing catch up to Crownover here. Caution comes out. Jeff Pless involved. This is what brings out the caution. But how? This is about to be a fuel strategy race. He blows the engine. Finally, and Jeff Pless had battled all race long. So, I mean, kudos to him. He'll finish 9th. And he was literally a lap away from finishing. Caution gets thrown. He was a lap away from 8th place. Less than a lap. Bunnell completed 72.1 laps. Jeff Pless 72.06. How unfortunate. Joshua Brock out lead Rich Holland. See, Brock will get his lucky dog here. Al Reed will have to get a free pass. 4 drivers coming to pit road. So Brock comes around. He gets his free pass. Al Reed, Rich Holland will come out. They were on pit road at the time of the incident here, so they'll have to start at the tail of the field. Man. How unfortunate. Brock will have to come to pit road. He'll need to come to pit road. Yeah, there he goes. Al and Rich Holland, they just they were hitting their pit stops on 102. So they'll at least be on the lead lap. Crownover, Stryker, Kevin Savoy, Jeff Ramsdale. Basically have about 25 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. Kevin Savoy will be your 2023 season champion, or the Winston Throwback Season 2 champion. So back-to-back championships for Kevin Savoy. When the Gen 6 car struggles a little more than the ARCA car. Has a bunch of wins in the ARCA car. When they decided they're going to change things up for the Gen 6 car, to have the Gen 6 car in this series to try to test out for attendance purposes, they realized that this car can be fun and so on and so forth, laissez-faire. So that's why they're going to make a throwback series in the Gen 6 with the Gen 6 cars as well. And Kevin, I mean, he's a strong racer. He's gotten a win in the Gen 6 series. But I think the Gen 6 car levels the playing field out, makes it so that way there's not one dominant driver. Now, Kevin Savoy had already had a point lead that Jesse Bunnell was trying to chip away at quite a while ago. Still with, massive amounts of wins between the two drivers. There's like 17, 18 wins and so almost amassing half of the wins of the season. Andrew Phipps up there as well. Brock has a win. I know Stryker has a win of the series. So there's a lot of these cars a lot of these drivers that are looking forward to either going to the ARCA 4. There's a lot of drivers that are looking forward to the Gen 6 series, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens with them. I'll keep in touch with them. I'll keep making sure that I'm aware of what's happening with the series and what the needs. Already going around. Rich Holly going around. They'll be back on the lead lap. Let's get around 1 or 2. Get back on the get on the back straightaway here. Slow back up. It'll be 7 drivers on the lead lap. Jeff Pless getting the car fixed. Actually, Jeff Pless able to get himself that 8th place, so he will take over 8th. Green flag. 25 to go. Something we've seen out of the drivers, especially the Xfinity cars. See the drivers try to break up the draft on the long straightaways here. I don't think that Stryker needs to worry about breaking up the draft. Kevin Savoy is catching the two by driving a natural line, so I would not move the car around as much as you would think that you would need to. Crownover can break the draft, but if he runs his line, I mean, there's still enough here that tire wear is going to play a factor. Crownover, Strickland, Savoy, Ramsdale, Reed is going to be your top 5. Stryker hugs the line just a touch better than Crownover does. Crownover drops it in, but you see he's about a foot off the lane. Stryker just a little bit better. Watch turn one. Way up high. And he's going to work like he did before. Out of the gas a lot more than the two. Stryker trying to pull the draft. There's the 99 and Kevin Savoy there. These two working together. 20 laps to go. The second difference between Kevin Savoy, Crownover, and Strickland. Watch he's going to run down that back straightaway. He's going to pull the draft of the two. And you see these two trying to work to the advantage that they have. Kevin Savoy is just biding his time, waiting for these two to get side by side so he can get up and make the pass, because you see they're doing a lot of moving around. That wears that tire out a lot more than what Kevin Savoy has going on. See how that left front hugs the bottom line for the 29. These two are moving around way too much. Kevin Savoy is going to make that pass. He's going to make it pass pretty easily. Yeah, Savoy's there. These two are playing around with the race line way too much. Kevin Savoy's could have been running the higher lane. Dropping it where he needs to. He's pulling the draft. 29 runs lower. 17 laps to go. Kevin Savoy's going to win this one, though. It's just his line. His line's not moving around the racetrack. And look, he's catching these two. He's just waiting for them to go side by side. Moving around the racetrack way too much. As Crownover tries to take the lane away from the 29. The 99's there. Anthony Crownover trying to block the lane or take the lane away or take the arrow off the 29. I think Stryker had this one a little bit better if he just stayed a lane. 99's going to take it away from him. Yep. 29 to the outside. He's going to slide up in front of him. To the bottom of the racetrack. 29 to the bottom side. 29 side by side with a 2. 2's going to run them down tight. You're going to get into each other. Almost do. They do. They touch. Kevin Savoy's there. 14 to go. Just like that. That's what I was talking about. I called this whole situation. Crownover cannot hold off Kevin Savoy without wrecking. Kevin is going to run him high into the corner. It's just the way it goes. We'll back the corner up. Watch the drive line here. 13 laps to go. Crownover about took himself out, about took Strickland out. There's some great racing nonetheless, trying to maintain 29 free off the corner back there. 99's going to try to run the outside. Did it some of the short tracks. Nose there, trying to force the two down. Boy, backs the corner up. Two's going to be tighter off corner. Watch the exit here for the 99. He's got him anytime he wants. 10 to go. Sorry, 11 to go. Jeff, thank you for the light. It is not by a little, slides up the racetrack by a lot. And now Savoy has the control. Gonna run him down. Kevin Savoy takes over the lead here. 10 laps to go. Stryker's gonna be there as well. Kevin Savoy has the race line. He can make this happen. Stryker to the outside. Kevin Savoy on the high side trying to make it work. Crownover on the bottom. The run down the straightaways where Kevin can... I'll tell you what, Crownover had to break out of the corner there. That's what I talk about, moving those tires around. Kevin Savoy takes over the lead. And I saw it coming. Strickland, Crownover moving around the racetrack all that time, trying to chase each other down, knowing that Kevin Savoy has one of the best long run race paces of the series and of the league. He's getting the wall here though, and that's what I'm talking about. If you know that Kevin Savoy has a long run race pace, and you're racing each other and you're racing a race line. The decision here, and that's how Kevin has beat everybody. He not only just beat everybody, but he finishes inside the top 10 every single week, because even when he gets wrecked, because he just gets back out there, drives it, and runs a simple line. That's it. That's the reason why Kevin Savoy is going to have 2 championships for the Winston Throwback Series, and is slowly becoming and would be considered one of the ringers for the series. 7 drivers left in this race out of the 12 that started today. 6 laps to go. It's been a long one, folks. It's been a long season. It's been a long race. Strickland and Crownover hanging on. Ramsdale catching up here a little bit. Jeff hanging inside the top 5 and doing a great job of being, within 2 seconds of these drivers. And doing a great job of just holding on to what he has had all race long. He's had some right side as well. Everybody has touched the wall at some point. 5 to go. Caution doesn't come out. Strickland wins this race. I'm going to be bold and say that caution. When that caution came out, it surprised me. I can't believe it came out. There was no reason. I don't know if it was iRacing thrown or league thrown. There was no reason for that caution to be thrown at all. However, it did. It's just another one of those situations that happened. Kevin Savoy, though, able to let the 29 and the 2 make their own bed and be able to pass them. With 4 laps to go before the end of those, going to be 3 this time. Kevin Savoy is going to be happy, celebrating 2 championships for the Winston Throwback Series. It'll be the final race for the Winston Throwback Series here on Signature Esports, and it's been a pleasure to everybody out there. I want to thank all of you for tuning in each and every week, and I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking with what we've had here. Join the community over the Discord if you want to do that. Make sure that you followed the platform. Potential possibility that I will only be doing 1 series of iRacing broadcasts after just kind of sitting back, looking and thinking today. We'll see. We'll talk to the league owners. We'll talk to Joshua Brock and the Throwback Series and what they're going to be doing. I know that they've said they're going to be with me the next season, but I'll be having a discussion with them. I think that it'll be a better fit for. I want them to have a full series. Holland goes a lap down. I want them to be able to have a full series for the long haul. So, white flag wave, final lap. Folks, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And those who didn't get out here and race for the Winston Throwback Series on these final couple of races, well, shame on you. These guys deserve it. They put a lot of stuff in here. TJ, but fantastic job by these drivers getting out here running 133 laps. The long race season, they ran a full Cup Series race schedule. And Kevin Savoy is going to be your champion. Stryker's going to finish second in the race. Crownover is going to be third. Ramsdale fourth. Reeds will be finishing fifth. Holland goes to pit road. He'll finish seventh. But Brock, Reed and Brock finishing fifth and sixth. Kevin Savoy knocks it down. Congratulations to that driver winning the race. And they'll have a championship band. They'll do something special for them on their end, folks. I appreciate you. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. And we'll see you in the next one. It's done. It's over.